You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. On Monday, Iran hosted talks between the foreign ministers of Armenia and Azerbaijan to bring peace in South Caucasus after Baku's forces recaptured breakaway region of Nagorno-Karabakh.
In a significant diplomatic development, the foreign ministers of Armenia and Azerbaijan came together in Tehran for the first time after Azerbaijan took control over the Nagorno-Karabakh region. The meeting was also attended by Russian and Turkish foreign ministers. The development came against the backdrop of the escalating tensions in the Middle East.
We believe in the region's problems, especially in the South Caucasus region, can be solved without interference from others. This is part of the message from today's 3+3 meeting.
Amid signs of improving ties, Azerbaijan on Monday conducted a joint military exercise with its close ally Turkey, underlining their strong partnership. Approximately 3,000 military personnel participated in these exercises. The meeting in Tehran followed a swift military operation in September, which resulted in the return of the territory under Azerbaijan's control. On October 15, Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev marked a significant moment by raising the national flag in the capital of the former breakaway region of Nagorno-Karabakh. Nagorno-Karabakh has remained a source of conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia. But following the control, the authorities say that the separatist state will cease existing as of January 1, 2024.
Well, DD India correspondent Dasha Chernyshova joins us live from Moscow. Dasha, could you please let us understand the importance of this meeting being held in Iran, where two foreign ministers of Armenia and Azerbaijan came together after Azerbaijan took control of Nagorno-Karabakh?
Well, indeed, this meeting has been described as a great historic opportunity to finally bring peace to the South Caucasus. We understand that it is not just the foreign ministers of Armenia and Azerbaijan that have been talking to one another, but also the foreign ministers of Russia, Iran, as well as Turkey that have been attending this meeting. And it is very important that the 3+3 format is saying that all the issues in the region have to be solved without the interference of other international powers, and that is a very strong message that has been sent to the Western world. Now, we understand that it is an opportunity for the Armenians and Azerbaijani to finally find peace after what has happened to Nagorno-Karabakh. We understand that the communique that has been released after this meeting has been calling to respect the territorial integrity of the 3+3 countries. What is important here, and Russia has underlined that, is the very fact that the conflict has pretty much been settled, with both Armenia and Azerbaijan both confirming that Karabakh now belongs to Azerbaijan, not to Armenia. So there is no question with regards to the status of this territory, which for years has been the source of discussions and tension between the two.
Okay. Dasha, what could you tell us about the relations between the two nations now that they're actually trying to resolve things on amicable terms?
Well, certainly, you can imagine it is very difficult to continue the communication and the ties after this years-long conflict. So definitely the relations are very strained. The two sides do feel that a lot more has to be done in terms of the trust building between these two neighbors and the rivals in the region. But at the same time, the understanding is there on the table that they have both came to the terms of recognizing the status of Karabakh, and Moscow has been speaking for months now, suggesting that the two sides, what they need to do is to finally proceed to the peace agreement between the two, because the status of Karabakh has been resolved. So at the moment, we understand that the relations, even though they are very, very difficult to be continued in the amicable terms, the two sides are trying to normalize the situation, particularly given the very fact that so many thousands of Armenians used to live in Karabakh. Many of them have decided to leave. There has been the so-called exodus of the Armenians, this minority live in this territory for Armenia. But the Azerbaijani authorities have been saying that they are ready to welcome those who would like to remain on the territory and to get integrated into their Azerbaijani society. In the meantime, Moscow is saying that finally the sides do need to proceed to the peace agreement.
Yeah, definitely. Coming on to what you've just said, Russia stated that the main issue was resolved and further work needs to be done on peace treaty. How do you see Russia's role in resolving conflict between these two sides?
Well, we have seen Moscow portraying itself as the mediator and the guarantor of security and stability in the region. So definitely Moscow is saying that it is willing to continue to provide its mediation efforts in bringing the two sides together at the same negotiating table, and also providing help when it comes to the demarcation of border. One of the issues that has to be definitely settled. We also understand that Moscow is ready to help with the establishment of economic transport links without any impediment, so that the lives of the people who do live in those border regions does normalize. Because one of the impediments we also have seen, and Moscow has been saying, is that the sides have not been communicating well enough to provide for the well-being of the people living in those bordering territories. So the Russian role here is very clear. It will continue to assist in all those endeavors, but at the same time Moscow is saying that the two sides do have to respect one another as well as the territorial integrity.
All right, Dasha, thanks for joining in.